I remember getting to the intersection. We were sweeping for IEDs in that area, and I stood up and I took about 2 steps, 2 or 3, before I triggered a secondary IED. And when I started regaining consciousness, I realized the severity of the situation.
I walked outside and I got a phone call. I didn't recognize the number, but since he was deployed, I always answered phone calls I didn't recognize. And then I heard him say, United States Marine Corps, something like that, Quantico, and my heart just stopped, and the whole world just kind of stopped because I just knew something was wrong.
So once I was air medevaced out of Wishstand, I went straight to Camp Leatherneck, underwent a surgery there, and then I was medevaced out to Landstuhl after that.
The day that he arrived at Bethesda, I made it there before he did. He was in ICU, and I was walking around looking for his room.
I mean, I saw her walk by, and I knew that she had seen me sitting in there, so of course I grabbed her attention and I told her to come in.
When I walked in the room, he was smiling, and that's all I could really remember, is that he was happy to see me, and he was smiling, and he was alive, and that's all that really mattered.
Once I was released from inpatient, I believe it was about 7 weeks to the day, they had me fitted for prosthetics at Walter Reed. It was a great feeling to get back up on my legs and be able to take those first steps.
Seeing him stand for the first time was pretty amazing, and then seeing him take his steps. And I know it wasn't easy for him, but he definitely just pushed harder and harder and was just determined to walk again.
I think the biggest limitation for traditional housing for me is just the inaccessibility. The hallways are narrow, the doorways are narrow. I'm unable to get into the bathroom with my wheelchair.
He's slipped on the side of the tub several times. Luckily, I'm usually around. Our sinks in our bathroom are very high. He also can't really get to them. He'll do the kind of stand up on his chair thing and lean over.
Usually when I'm in the kitchen, I try to do things on my own as much as I can. To get into the cabinets, a lot of times I will climb onto the countertops to reach things that are up in the cabinets.
Yeah, I walked in on him in the kitchen one time trying to get something out of the cabinet. I think he was standing on his one knee on the wheelchair, leaning over the stove, reaching up with the other hand, and I could just see him tumbling down to the ground. I said, just let me get that for you, but he doesn't always want to ask. He wants to be able to do things on his own.
I think once we're in our new home, I think it's going to be great being able to go into every room, being able to go out the back door, and there's not a spot in the house that was inaccessible. The kitchen's very exciting for me. I love the idea that I can use the sink, I can use the stove and the oven, and I won't have to do acrobatics to get up into the cabinets, especially with the pull down.
He can roll into the shower and transfer to the bench, and I know it's all non-slip, so he's not going to slip and fall. Even if he wants to take a bath, that's an option as well too, and he can sit on the side of the tub and he's not going to, slip off of it. I think that the new home will be great for us rebuilding our lives and moving on and strengthening our relationship. I want to go to nursing school, so that's something that I feel like I could go do. I could leave the house and be gone for hours and not have to worry about his safety.
We're not going to have anything to worry about when it comes to the house. It's going to be new, it's going to be accessible, it's exciting, and we're going to be able to do what we need to do to continue our lives. I love what the whole program represents and what it says about our country as a whole, and that there are people that are out there that still support our veterans, that they would be willing to do something like this for veterans like myself and everyone else in the program.